What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to go over the payment schedule for May, and there are 2 checks that are going out to SSI beneficiaries. I'll explain all of that. And then I have an important announcement to talk about when it comes to sending letters out and asking for a raise for Social Security. So that's what we're going to have in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. Okay, so let's get right into this. I want to show you guys the calendar for May, and there will be 2 checks. As I stated, there will be 2 checks going out in May, and I'll go over that with you guys, and I'll explain everything to you, because every time I say this, every time there's a month where this happens, some people get confused, and so I don't want any confusion when it comes to this. So let's start with the calendar in May. First off, I always like to look at when Congress is in session, and the reason why I like to look at that is because there's potential for passing of bills, okay? And so when we're looking at the calendar, looks like both the House and the Senate will be in session on the 1st and the 2nd, and then we will have only the House in session on the 6th. And then we will have both the House, the Senate in session on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then the Senate will be in session on the 10th. And not all, but the majority of between the 14th and the 17th, you're going to have both chambers in session. And then on the 20th, you're going to have the Senate. And then the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, you're going to have both chambers in session. And then guess what? Every month we see a recess. So they'll have a recess starting on the 27th, and that will end out the month there. And then when they come back, and we'll just move ahead to June real quick. When they come back, they'll come back on the 3rd, June 3rd. All right, so that's what we're looking at when it comes to when Congress is in session. Now let's look at when the payments are going out. So SSI payments go out on the 1st, so that's normal. SSA, people who are receiving Social Security benefits prior to 1997, or people who receive Social Security as well as SSI, their checks will go out on the 3rd. And then we have the 8th here. So people whose birthdays fall between the 1st and the 10th, that's when your checks will go out on the 8th. And then people whose birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, checks will go out on the 15th. And so people whose birthday fall between the 21st and the 31st, those checks will go out on the 22nd. Okay, and so when we're looking at the double payment in May, that will come on the 31st, and that is for SSI only. Okay, now this check is not an extra check. Okay, you're just getting 2 checks in May because of the weekend here. So the 1st falls on a weekend, so the SSI payments cannot go out because it's a weekend. So they're going out the day before, which happens to fall on the 31st, and so that's what that is. And so there will be no checks for people receiving SSI benefits in June. Okay, so that is the pay schedule for May. Now I want to talk about this announcement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sending out these letters. I actually announced this in our live stream on Thursday, but I'm going to start sending out these letters. I'll start sending them out this week. Okay, so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we're sending letters asking for a raise for Social Security benefits. And so we're sending them to both the lawmakers who are in Congress right now, as well as the candidates who are running for Congress. And so I'm going to start sending out mine. I will provide, just like I did back in October of last year, I'll provide a template so you guys will have that same letter. If you want to use that same letter, that's fine. If you want to change the letter up a little bit, that's also fine. But send letters to your Congress people. Okay, so 2 senators in your state, as well as a representative in your district. Send those letters out. You can also send it to the presidents. I will be sending it to both former President Trump as well as President Biden, asking for an increase for Social Security and asking if they support something like that. And so and I'm going to change the letter just a little bit, Before, I think I didn't really get the point across, and the letters that I was getting in response didn't even address the $200 raise or just an expansion to Social Security. So I want to make sure in this letter that is the primary focus. And so I'm really going to have it concise and really get to the point. And so hopefully the responses that I get will reflect the expansion to Social Security, not just reforming of Social Security. And so that's what I'm going to be ramping up in the month of May. And then once we start getting those responses, then I'll read them. I'll read them on the air, as well as if you guys receive letters, you can email them to me. If you email them to me, then I will also read those letters. So we'll be able to see letters from different legislators. And I think that will be good because it will give us an idea of who's in support of expanding Social Security and who is not in support of expanding Social Security. So I'm going to need your help. So please help me by doing this. I'll send the letters out. You guys send the letters out. The more letters that we send out, the more responses that we get, the better idea we have of what's going on when it comes to these Congress people. Now, also, and I talked a little bit about it, but I want to make sure we focus on this. Candidates, people who are not in office right now, people who are running for office, it's very important that we send them letters as well, because by sending them letters, we'll see how they feel about expanding Social Security. Because you might be thinking, oh, you know what, I might want to vote for this person, this new candidate who's running, but they might have their plan might be worse when it comes to reforming Social Security than the person who's already in office. And so we don't want people who are wanting to do away with Social Security to actually get into office. So we need to take that in consideration. So people who are running for office, we need to focus on those people as well. All right, so if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.